Hello guys, and welcome to my short and easy guide for 4-man Croesus. So as you know, we got the new boss, and the main problem would be getting a decent team to do the kills. Well, I made a short and easy guide for 4-man Croesus, because the Croesus boss is not really hard, you just need to simply understand a few mechanics. So let's say you started the Croesus in a public instance or did 8-man Croesus, so you have the basic knowledge of what to do, and you wish to do the 4-man instances and get more kills and better loot. Well, let's go into it. So first we need to know that we have the deposit box, which you already probably knew. And let's say I'm gonna start with fungal spores. So let's say we're the hunters, and we're gonna start at the fungal spores. So the first thing we need to know is that we need to gather 17 funguses and put them into the deposit box for the second player that's gonna pick them up. After that, we pick 17 funguses for ourselves, because every time you go over the mushrooms or large mushrooms, if you get hit by them, it turns the fungus into rotten fungus. So you don't want to end up at a stage with 14 funguses and end up getting all the way back to get that one fungus missing. So it's better to have them 17, 18 for safety. So after you deposit them, you try to deplete your spot. If you don't have already full inventory, just make them into rotten funguses until you deplete it. If you deplete it before that, just use the smaller ones that are around the spot. And after that, you run one long distance. So you're gonna be seeing long and short distances mostly, because the long one means you're gonna go all the way to the statue on the opposite side of your spot. So you're gonna do, let's say, half of the circle, if you imagine like a circle. And that way we're gonna end up at the mining funguses. That's where you're gonna deposit your fungus, which let's say you're gonna have 15 on the statue. Now, after that, we're gonna start with the second point. That is that you're gonna pick up the fungus from the deposit box. So first, as we already mentioned, you first deposit 17, then you get your own funguses. And if everything's correct, they're already gonna be waiting for you, no matter if the player on the mining funguses is already doing his next part or if he's just depleting it. So after you pick the 17 or more funguses from the deposit box, you run one short distance, which means you're gonna go to the next statue anti-clockwise. So you're gonna end up at the fishing funguses. It's easier for me than saying all the monsters. So that means we're gonna end up at energy fungus time. They appear usually at around 2 minutes 24 of the boss fight, so usually you're already gonna make the 3/4 of the circle or something like that. You might also only be at the 1/2 of the circle, but that doesn't really matter as long as you are near the middle part when they appear, so you can help clear them up. Otherwise, you're gonna have a rough time. After that, we get to the third point. So you already got to the third statue. You already picked the funguses from the deposit box of the other player that was on the opposite side of you. And if everything is correct, the player before you should already have deposited his part of the funguses. So in this case, it would be the woodcutting funguses, since he would have to make one long run, depositing them on your statue, picking up the deposit, and going to the hunting statue. In which case, you put the second half of the funguses required to recover the statue, and you're ready to restore it. And if everything is correct, each player should already be restoring his own statue. So the hunter should be restoring fishing, woodcutting hunter, mining woodcutting, and the fish. I don't know, I got lost. Anyway, you understand the concept. So, there can sometimes happen that, let's say, you're already on you start on the hunting spot, you're already at the mining spot, and you see the miner has troubles depleting his one. And the point is, if somebody takes too long to deplete the other spot that has been depleted first, is soon going to recover. Of course, you can just poison it, but everybody then has to wait for the one to deplete the spot and then do all the rotations. So getting to the opposite statue and then another short run to get to the last statue. So in that case, the one that does the long run should help the other one on his spot to deplete sooner if he's behind. Otherwise, just do your part. But anyway, that's all there is. So if everybody does this part of their role, everybody should be repairing the statues almost simultaneously. Anyway, you wait so all the statues are repaired, then all four of them pray at the same time, and then you just destroy the Croesus. Of course, it is possible to do 4 men with only 3 statues, but it's better to be safe if somebody is, let's say, learning the 4-man rotations and has some troubles or gets teleported with the fungus feral ring or loses a few funguses and ends up with 14 funguses on the statue, so he has to run all the way back. Also, in that case, if somebody ends with 14 funguses on one statue and 3 statues are already done, there is a way to just pray at the 3 statues, and when others are already in the middle, one runs to the spot that's missing 1 fungus and diagonally over the boss puts it there. But that's it. Good luck!